Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the In My View podcast, everybody. You know, I've been absent for a while, but I'm here again and we're trying to put out at least 2 videos per week. And this week we're gonna talk about two things. Of course, you can't not talk about the big game that's coming up this weekend between Manchester City and Liverpool at Anfield. I'm going to talk about what I think will happen in that game. And I'm also going to talk about Arsenal's title credentials. Are they seriously a team that is going to challenge Manchester City this year? And let's start right there. So stick and stay. So a lot of persons have been talking about Arsenal's their team. Are they seriously going to challenge for the title? And up until this point, with about 10 games gone in the season, I think they are. They have proven that they can beat the big teams. They have beaten Tottenham. They have beaten Liverpool. They lost to Manchester United. They have also proven that they can beat the lesser teams. Now, when you combine those two, you have a serious team. It's not like they are beating small teams and then when they go up against the big teams, they are losing, or they are losing to teams that they are not supposed to lose to. So they are beating top 4 rivals, Liverpool, top 4 rivals, Tottenham. Yeah, they're getting these results, and they're also competing and beating teams comfortably. The lesser teams in the Premier League, they're getting those results. So you have to consider them at this point. Now it's a long season. A lot of things can happen in this season. Injuries can happen this season, and stuff like that. But they have shown that with a strong squad, with the first 11 that they have and a couple of changes that they have coming off the bench, they can challenge Manchester City for the Premier League title. Will they? Do they have the squad to sustain a long run right through the season, going probably 21 games unbeaten and stuff like that? They are currently, I think they're on a 11-game unbeaten run, or they have lost 1 in the past 11 games. So they are showing that they have the potential, and they are showing that they have the credentials. So if they take it game by game and they continue to pick up maximum point, you can't look anywhere but to say, yes, they are indeed challenging for the title. Now, Arsenal fans would love to hear that. Other persons probably saying that, them soon drop off. But at the end of the day, they are where they are because they deserve to be there. I don't see them dropping off. So I think they will be in the top 3 for the entirety of the season. So it just depends on what they do when they come up against Manchester City, what they do when they come up against Chelsea. If it's based off what they do when they come up, what they did when they come up against Liverpool or when they come up against Spurs, they can get these results, and they can challenge for the title. So I think that their title credentials is there. They can challenge, but it's going to take a massive effort to get over the hurdle against this Manchester City team, with Erling Haaland scoring goals and Kevin De Bruyne. But with all the goals that Erling Haaland is scoring, all the assists that Kevin De Bruyne is having, all the big scores that Manchester City is dumping in, the 6-1, the 6-3 against Manchester United, Arsenal is still ahead of them. So we can't take away from what Arsenal is doing this season. Now let's talk about the big game that will be happening at Anfield this weekend, at Liverpool versus Manchester City. This is a massive game on the English calendar. I think in terms of quality of game, it has totally for the past 3 years, probably last 4 years, probably more than that, it has overtaken the Manchester derby. This has been the game, that the title deciding game. Now Liverpool not in the title race, they have dropped off massively, but this game is still a big game. And Anfield is just one of those grounds that you as a football fan, as a English league fan, you love when games are played at Anfield. The fans, I think they play a big part in the biggest victories that Liverpool have had over the years, especially when they're playing at Anfield. Now the fans, they basically suck the ball into the goal, especially at the cup end. So Manchester City will be in for a tough game. The fans will be up, and once the fans are up for the game, the players will be getting that energy. And Liverpool is an all-action team. They got 7 goals midweek and they'll be looking to, bounce back from that. And if you're a footballer and you're not on good form and your team is not in good form, this is a game, the biggest game is what you want to play in. So the players like Van Dijk and the Salah and the Firmino is in very good form right now. The Thiago Alcantara in the middle of the park. These players should be looking forward to this game, looking to cement their class in this game. Now, will it happen? It's very hard to bet against Manchester City, especially the form that Erling Haaland is in, Kevin De Bruyne, the form that he is in, Phil Foden, the form that he is in, the defender that they brought in, Akanji, very solid defender. So it is very hard to bet against Manchester City for this game. However, the game is at Anfield. So let's break down the game in terms of what I think will happen. Yeah, I think Trent being injured, it's a blessing in disguise for Liverpool in terms of his defensive side of the ball game. Joe Gomez coming in, he's a better defender than Trent. He's solider than Trent on the defensive end. So that will give Liverpool a bit of, defensive solidity in the back line. Konate coming in as well, quicker than Matip. He is stronger than Matip in terms of to deal with what Erling Haaland has in terms of the pace, the power. Not saying that Konate can match it, but he can. I think he will be better adept at dealing with it than Matip. Now Virgil van Dijk has to regain the form that he was in 3 years ago. They need that Van Dijk in this game. Liverpool needs to. Every single player that steps on that pitch at Anfield needs to be at the best of they need to be at the best of their ability, especially the man called Mo Salah. Now, I believe if you are going to beat Manchester City, you need 3 goals. You need 3 goals to beat Manchester City, because at the rate at Erling Haaland is going, Anfield Foden, one of these two are guaranteed to get a goal. So you need at least 3 goals to beat this Manchester City team. When you need goals, you need your goal scorers to show up. Bobby Firmino has to start that game. The form that he's in, he needs to start. Mo Salah needs to be the Mo Salah that people in the league fear. The Mo Salah that sat down Cancelo, sat down Bernardo Silva and scored that brilliant goal against Manchester City. Liverpool needs that Mo Salah right now. This is the time that Mo Salah needs to step up and deliver for the Liverpool faithfuls. Van Dijk needs to have a world-class game on the defensive end, because what is coming in blue or in sky blue is a machine. Kevin De Bruyne is a machine. Erling Haaland is a machine. So you need to stop them. It's very hard to stop Erling Haaland, especially if you are in this Manchester City team. If you allow Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, and Phil Foden to run the midfield, to run the game from midfield, you're not going to stop them. The Ilkay Gundogan, you need to, the middle of the park, Liverpool's been lacking. I don't think Klopp should play 2 midfielders like what he has been playing before. He has been playing 2 midfielders for the past 3-4 games. You have to use 3 of them in there, running around, closing down the ball, closing down Kevin De Bruyne, closing down Bernardo Silva, closing down Phil Foden, not giving these men the space that they were afforded when they played against Manchester United. When they played against Man U, they had the space to play football. World-class players getting space to play will damage your team, and they damaged Manchester United in that game. If Kevin De Bruyne gets the space to play, Liverpool will be losing heavily in this game, because Erling Haaland will finish these chances. So every single man to the T for Liverpool needs to come up in their A game. They know what is going to happen if that doesn't take place. They know how good the team that is coming to their home ground is. So they just need to show up. The best players in big games just need to show up. It's as simple as that. Mo Salah needs to show up. I say it again. Van Dijk needs to show up. Robertson needs to show up. And Klopp needs to show some form of tactical awareness or tactical nous to get one over Pep in this game, because as it is right now, losing to Manchester City will further damage their top 4 credentials. They are no longer in the title race. and it's the last game of the weekend. And if Manchester United win, Tottenham win, Arsenal win, Chelsea win, then this game puts pressure on Liverpool to get 3 points. Okay, so they need to show up. Manchester City, on the other hand, they are just a machine of a team. I think it should be legal for a team like Manchester City to have Erling Haaland in their team. It just should be legal. Pep Guardiola should not have a player like Erling Haaland in his team right now, because they create a lot of chances. When they didn't have centre forwards, they were creating a lot of chances. They were high up in the goal scoring categories when they didn't have a centre forward. And now you add a centre forward to that of Erling Haaland's quality. We're seeing what is happening. But at the end of the day, they are still not on top of the league. They drew against Aston Villa. They drew against Aston Villa away. They drew against Newcastle away. So the away games, Liverpool can be looking at this and say, listen, we can get something from this. So they just need to show up. Big players need to show up, right? I'm sitting on the fence for this one. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think it's going to be a 3-2 game, but I don't know who to lean towards. I'm just going to say, I'm not betting on a winner or not saying a winner. I'm just going to say a scoreline. I think it will be a 3-2 game, an exciting game, and possibly the game of the season. Now, that has been the In My View podcast. Now, share it with your friends. Like, if you like the video, so you can like it. You can comment, and we have a conversation in the comments. Yeah. So share, like, subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe, share in your WhatsApp group, share on your Twitter, share on your Instagram. It's the In My View podcast, and we are back with at least 2 videos every week. Thank you so much for watching.